Hello there, my fellow assassins. What's up? It's Robbie with Open World Games, and we are visiting the world of Assassin's Creed Victory. There hasn't even been a proper trailer about this game, and we've already got news about possible multiplayer being integrated into the game. As always, use the video guide in the description to skip ahead to the info that you seek. So what is going on with this multiplayer rumor? Well, thanks to videogamer.com, they did some digging around, and this is what they had to find out. They found out that Ubisoft is working on implementing innovative asynchronous gameplay into the new Assassin's Creed title, which of course would be Assassin's Creed Victory. This all comes by way of the associate producer's leaked-in profile, which clearly states that he is working on something innovative in terms of multiplayer and asynchronous multiplayer more specifically, and some sort of innovative player space. Now that part is really interesting. We'll dive into that more in just a moment. But he did go on to say that none of this has been confirmed. Of course, you know, Assassin's Creed Victory hasn't even been officially revealed. Ubisoft had a leak on their hands, and then they had to state, yes, Assassin's Creed Victory does exist, but please wait for the gameplay trailer. We really want to announce it on our own time, which I really do respect. Give them some time. They will announce it here at E3 2015. That's my opinion, but I do think that's going to happen. So what exactly does asynchronous gameplay mean for Assassin's Creed Victory? I know that's a mouthful. Basically, you know, it possibly means something like Watch Dogs, where we saw players experiencing the same game world in a different way, especially when we're talking about the mobile side of things. So maybe they're doing some sort of mobile integration into Assassin's Creed Victory. I know that makes a lot of you panic, but if they do it cleverly and where it's not, you know, interrupting players in the actual console from their console game world, then that would be a good thing. But it could also mean something like Dark Souls. You know, Dark Souls has a lot of asynchronous gameplay, and I know Ubisoft seems to be really into the Souls franchise, at least from what I have seen from their previous games, like Watch Dogs, how they had integrated PvP sort of in there within their game world. But, you know, it would be really cool if we saw players leaving behind clues, helping each other out, especially when we're talking about the Animus. I mean, I could imagine seeing something like an Animus game world type space where players could interact with one another by leaving clues to puzzles, to figuring out the Animus storyline and stuff like that. So that could be something we could be looking at for the future of Assassin's Creed. But, you know, I would expect some sort of multiplayer component definitely for Assassin's Creed Victory. Again, since it is running off the Assassin's Creed Unity engine, I would expect some technologies to carry over in the world of Assassin's Creed Victory for sure. More importantly, what do we want from Assassin's Creed Victory multiplayer? Well, I did a whole video about this previously. I'm going to include a link in the description below so you guys can check it out. But, of course, we want that drop-in and drop-out multiplayer co-op experience. But more importantly, I really want to be able to experience the entirety of the game. That is, the story with other players. I don't want that to be separated in its own little single-player world. I would love to experience it all with everyone while retaining that great single-player narrative. And then, of course, it would be badass if we saw seamlessly integrated PvP. I mean, can you imagine Templars? Actual Templar players, mind you, invading your game world, and you have to protect your assassin dens. That would be awesome to see. But guys, let me know what you want to see from multiplayer in Assassin's Creed Victory, and of course, what type of asynchronous multiplayer you would like to see as well. Now, there's also rumors that we will be seeing a new combat system being introduced in Assassin's Creed Victory. We've seen a screenshot of combat in action on top of a carriage. That was really, really cool. I'm wondering, what do you guys prefer? Do you guys prefer Assassin's Creed Unity's combat, or something more with a flair like Assassin's Creed 3 or something like that? I remember when Assassin's Creed 3 really introduced their combat with the chain system and went all out. It was so epic, and you know, I really do side with some of you guys that really want that wild, fun, fantastic combat back in the Assassin's Creed universe. I really don't blame you guys for that. Assassin's Creed Unity was more based one-on-one combat. It was really dedicated towards stealth, but I really would like for the series to, you know, be dedicated to both stealth players and combat players and not just to one. That's just my opinion. I don't know how you guys feel. I know first and foremost that Assassin's Creed as a franchise started as a stealth game, but again, they really did nail the combat down in, many of their games. So maybe we will see something even better this time in Assassin's Creed Victory. That's what I have right here. That's right, your top comments from the previous Assassin's Creed Victory video. So remember, get to it. Leave your comments and questions down below because they could end up right here. BAM! On the screen. So let's see here. These are good. So here's one from Dead462. He says, something I would like to see in Assassin's Creed Victory. How about less emphasis on multiplayer? No mobile gimmicks, no mobile transactions implemented in it, and ship the game finished. Also, you had good ideas, Robbie. Thank you. I really do hear your concerns about the mobile area for gaming in general, connecting it to these console games. One game that did it wrong was Need for Speed Rivals. I remember sitting down and having some mobile player stealing my boost, stealing all my special abilities. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know how to defend against it. It was poorly implemented in the game, so that is a little bit of a worry. Now, Watch Dogs did it more cleverly, but I'm not really that big of a fan of mobile gaming in my console games. There's still sort of that disconnect, and the way they are implementing them makes it feel like you're going into this other space, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully they could do it a little bit more seamless and less intrusive. I just know it's going to happen, guys, because mobile gaming is like a huge market. Ubisoft wants to get in on that market, so expect some sort of mobile integration eventually in Assassin's Creed Victory. I know a lot of you find that to be saddening, and I feel you, but let's just cross our fingers they get the base game right first and foremost, and hopefully we can play this one offline completely in single player, and they give us a really good story like we saw in Assassin's Creed 2. That's all we want, Ubi. I got another one from Krillinator who says, I want just one more game featuring naval combat at least. Imagine you and your friends in their own separate ship helping you take down a man of war fleet or a naval fort. If your friends sink, they can board your ship and man a swivel gun or something. That would be the definition of kick-ass. I'm crossing my fingers they are working on a naval-based Assassin's Creed game with just this. It would be so amazing to be able to experience naval warfare in co-op. Now, just to be brutally honest with you, I prefer the parkour, the parkouring of the big cities and stuff like that over the naval warfare right now, simply because exploring, big expanses of ocean, in my opinion, can get a little bit boring. That's just a personal opinion, of course. Some of you probably really enjoy it. But do you guys think naval warfare belongs in Assassin's Creed in the first place, or do you prefer parkour? What I do believe would put naval warfare on the map even more, is definitely what you described there, Krillinator, is the co-op and multiplayer. In fact, imagine going up against another player. Seamless PvP integrated into it. That would be badass indeed. So guys, there you have it. News about Assassin's Creed Victory. Thank you guys so much for your comments and questions. We are about to hit 200,000 subscribers. We probably already have by the time this video releases. So thank you guys so much for that. I guess we'll just keep going. But stay tuned for more Assassin's Creed Victory news. We should be getting a gameplay demonstration here, I'm hoping, around June 14th through the 16th at E3. So again, come back here. We should have that gameplay for you guys. But guys, thank you so much for watching, and expect more open world gaming goodness right here on YouTube. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and so much more. Check that description for information to follow me out on social media. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.